Hey everyone, Bernard here with another episode of Citizen, and it's a City Pass today. Obviously I'm doing my little not got, now got the found world of Manchester City. Obviously my little memorabilia vlog, please. It's inspired by these gentlemen who did this book. Derek Hammond and Gary Silky, fantastic book. So as you do, I do vlogs on this book as well, bits in here that I've not found, that I've not got yet, that I've got to get, but obviously have a look out for my little sister vlogs to this, my own not got now got vlogs. Please, if you're new to the Citizen channel, push the subscribe button, push the bell notifications so you know when these little vlogs are coming out. Yeah, I've got my little collection. What I do, I go up to stuff to open, see what I can get through, about 15 minutes, and see how many I can get through. I sort of have a limit of £1.50 if I can on these. I've got a pair of scissors ready. We just come up with some interesting things. I'm recording a couple of these today, and the first one I did was pretty good. I mean, it's obviously this. I will probably put them out in order. So this is after the event, but obviously the one I've already got out there was very good. So I'm not sure we're going to match it with this one, but it's all good stuff. It's all interesting. Yeah, so let's have a look what we've got in this one. Nice little package. It's not a programme, is it? I mean, sometimes a program. Yeah, so £1.50. Unless it's something I'm desperate for, then I might spend more than £1.50. But I'll tell you about that as and when I get these things. Yeah, we've got some. Now, I never collected these because it was obviously, I was a bit of an older guy at this time, obviously, so I never did. But obviously the Topps Match Attacks things, I mean, obviously I've just bought a few for interest, really, because I say it's never something I've really collected. So we've got some great ones here with this bunch now. We've got Richard Dunn, Rubinho. I've got swaps there, so little prizes perhaps in the future. Joe, Darius Vassell, Valery Bozhinov. Yeah, Valery Bozhinov, there you go, how about that? Valery Bozhinov, that's great, fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have paid more than £1.50 for this lot, which is not bad. I mean, they cost you more than that if you bought them new anyway, wouldn't you? Petrov, Zabaleta, well, you've got Zabaleta. Only got one of him though, Pablo. Stephen Island, yeah, I've got a couple of 3 Stephen Islands, so there might be a little prizes in the future for these little things. Other ones a bit more, few more subscribers. I'll start offering some little prizes for quizzes and stuff like that. So I've got loads of old programs where I've doubled up on programs and magazines and books, etc, etc. Diet Hammond. Yeah, so it's not something I ever did. You might have done this Match Attack stuff. I never did that. So I was interested just to have a look at them. They're good quality cards, aren't they? I thought they would be a little bit thinner, actually. I'm quite impressed with them. Yeah, so that's the Match Attack, to say. It's something I never did myself at the time. I thought I'd get a few. I probably won't buy any more. I mean, unless there's anyone specific I'm after. But so I just had to just to buy them, just to see what they were. Right, we've got a little program here. This is a season. Oh, it's a good one there. I might not have got this one. Again, sometimes some of these games I may have been to, some of the games I may not have been to. It's hard really to know which ones I've been. Certainly in the mid-80s, obviously I've got a young family and I'm working all the hours sort of thing. I mean, obviously 86, 87, 88, I was sort of trying to set up my own business and doing all the bits and bobs. It was quite a busy time. I was working, you know, I had in my 80s, I had my own publishing business where I was literally, 12, 14 hour days, 7 days a week. So it limited me time to get to watch the old City, obviously. So I didn't get as many games as I'd hoped because of that. So Saturday, 17th of January 1987. So by the wonders of technology, you'll know on screen what score this was, what the attendance was. Did any City players score, and what position we finished that season. So it is a first division game, yeah, Division 1. Versus Liverpool at Main Road. Look at the team. Liverpool's team: Grobler, Gillespie, Beglin, Lawrenson, Whelan, Hanson, Walsh, Johnston, Rush, Molby, McMahon. Some great names, isn't there, for Liverpool? City's Suckling, Gidman, Wilson, Clements, McCarthy, Redmond, Simpson, McNabb, Varady, Grealish, Peter Barnes. Peter Barnes was there. Some great. Look at the kits. Look at that fantastic red and black checkered kit there. You don't see that knocking about often when you're walking around watching. Rest in peace, the great Stevie Redmond there. Another one. Sadly, Stan Gibson. Some great, obviously some great memories when you look through these magazines. As I say, this is Ian Rush. They are Ian Rush for Liverpool. Yeah, so that's City versus Liverpool. 60p, that's not a bad price, was it, in those days? 17th of January 1987. And Mr. Kenny Clements with his moustache there on the front. He was never far away from his moustache, was he, Kenny? Let's have a look at the next one. I don't think this is a programme. It'll be interesting to see what this one is. It's a big one. Could be a picture, or it's not very thick, so I don't think it's a magazine. It won't be a magazine unless it's a very thin magazine. It won't be that. So it might be an image or something like that. I just took a fancy to. Oh, it is a programme. I'm telling fibs, and it's one. This is one where I do have a lot of this. Obviously, I do have most of this season, but I must have been missing this one. It's from 1974, the 12th of January. And it was versus Leicester City in the First Division. So yeah, I mustn't say this is a season I was going on a regular basis. So I must have, for some reason, either lost this or it got damaged, etc. I do have some programs that still like water damage that I've just kept. I can't actually open the pages of them because obviously when you went to the game they got that soaked, so they just all stuck together. Yeah, so that's all. I say the magic of technology. You'll know the score of this and the attendance and how many, who scored, if we did score any goals, etc., and what position we finished that season in the league. McRae, Barrett, Donachie, Doyle, Booths, Towers, Summerby, Bell, Marsh, Law, Lee. Leicester City, Peter Shilton in goal. Yeah, remember him obviously. Keith Weller, captain. Yeah, Keith Weller. Frank Worthington, great player. Alan Birchinall, great player. So it's not a bad team then, Leicester. Not the most fantastic. Obviously, had late 60s. I think they were much more powerful until fairly recently. Obviously, when they've had a resurgence, haven't they? As we know, by even winning the league. So a personal message from Colin Bell for his restaurant. Yeah, that's the Bell Waldron restaurant. I actually spoke to Colin Bell at that restaurant one in the late 80s. While he was there, just to have a chat about things, and I was hoping to do a little City magazine at the time, but it never sort of happened. This is where Citizen comes from. The Citizen was the name of my original magazine, but let's say that's a story I will go into full detail on Monday. Not today. This is a not got now got. Yeah, so I got another little programme, and the next one isn't a programme, I promise you. The next one will be something a little bit different. Yeah, so we're going back here. This is we even know the score. It's on the front cover. So I mean, I'll just clarify that when I do my little thing later on. I'm going to edit the video. 20th of September 1961. So I wouldn't have gone to this one. I was only 2 years old. 2 years old then. So it's Everton, kick-off 7:30. With the fantastic Main Road as I first visited Main Road. Still at that stage, how it is there. And you can see Everton won 3-0 according to this guy. So obviously, whoever's had this, I don't mind writing on them. It's not, it's all part and parcel. I don't mind the vouchers being cut out. That doesn't bother me at all. I mean, City team: Troutman, Betts, Sear, Cheetham, Ewing, Kennedy, Baker, Dobin, Hannah, Hayes, Wagstaff. And on the Everton team, let's have a look. Anyone? LeBone, Brian LeBone, I don't remember him. Bingham obviously went on to manage Everton as well, didn't he? Billy Bingham. Yeah, none of the other Everton players I particularly know on that one. Yeah, but you'll find out on the thing what the attendance was and where we actually finished that season. If you look at the league table, including up to only 8 games played, but City were actually second in this one at the time. So it's a Burnley. So yeah, so this is 1961, a couple of seasons before we unfortunately got relegated again. But say we're a good start to that season. If you check my Citizen vlogs, I'll be doing 1961 very soon, or as you're watching this, it may already be available for you to look at. Another one to open. Now this isn't a programme, is it? I've lost my scissors. This won't be a programme. Looks like some sort of cards again. Let's have a look what we've got in here. I must have bought a job lot of these. Yeah, some newer ones. That was it. I fancied some newer ones. So again, the match stacks. Again, no more than £1.50 for these. But you got the glossy one. They were always popular, weren't they? The glossy ones. But obviously we're talking modern day, aren't we? Edison. There we go. Danilo. Got a story about him which I can't tell you because I get someone into trouble. Kyle Walker, Company, Otamendi, John Stones, Benjamin Mendy, Sterling, Fernandinho, Gundogan, Leroy Sané, David Silva, KDB, Yaya Toure, there you go, Gabriel Jesus. So, what year are these? 2016-17, these ones. So, say I might make use of some of these when I do my little little vlogs and put little pen pics up and stuff, just for a little bit of fun. Fantastic. Yeah, as I said, I won't carry on buying too many of these. What did I buy the other day? Yeah, I've ordered some, you know, the annuals, the city annuals. They're not great, but I just thought I'd just get them. You know, they were cheap, and you know, there's 3 or 4 that were cheap enough, so I sort of bought those. So more tops things there. Match attack things. Did you collect those? Just let me know in the comments and say if you're that age. I mean, obviously it's they're obviously still going now, aren't they? I still see them in the stores and stuff, and sort of buying things in the supermarket, etc. Yeah, got another old one here, another back in time. We'll find out the score for this one because it's not been put on the page, but it's a derby game. There we go, 66-67. So it's our first year back after in the first division. The year United won the league, so obviously there's a fair chance they may have won this one. Saturday, 21st of January 1967. A bit battered, is it? I'm not, as long as it's in work in what's it doesn't worry me if it's a bit worn. I mean, it's age, isn't it? It's what, 53 years old, isn't it? I mean, bloody hell, you know, what do you expect? He doesn't even smell that bad. A little bit musty. When I first got my programmes out, my good lady was obviously she hadn't seen them all before. I had my boxes at my son's attic where he lived, so I brought them all here so I could get all my stuff together. And obviously there's a bit of a musty smell, but I sort of got away with it. She's not got a good sense of smells, thankfully, so we got away with it when I put it in the spare room, and so we're all right. She don't watch this. We're all right. We're quite safe. City News by Jerry Harrison. I think he worked for the MEN, didn't he, Jerry Harrison? So, yeah, City of United, Stepney, Dun, Noble, Crerron, Folk, Sadler, Bestlaw, Charlton, Hurd and Aston, City, Ogley, Alan Ogley, Buck, Pardo, Horn, Heslop, Oak, Summerby, Connor, Bell, Cross and Young. So 6 or 7 of the team that went on to be so victorious in the late 60s and very early part of 1970. Yeah, in the league table at the time, actually United are second there, but obviously they did go on to win this title this season. Yeah, fairly sure they did, yeah. And City of 4th from the bottom, although we did a bit more comfortable by the end of it, weren't we? But what I always liked about these old programmes, obviously Bellevue, adverts for Bellevue. It was a day out for me as a kid, Bellevue, even though it's only around the corner, because I lived in Withington, and really it's only a 53 bus it was to Bellevue, was it? 22 and then the 53 or something like that. So it was as much a day out going to Bellevue in those days as it was going to Blackpool or Rill or anywhere like that. It was just as much the same sort of thing. So even though it was around the corner, and then I did go to live while Bellevue was still open, the zoo was still open, but it's sort of a bit run down. I did in the late 70s. I did go to live in Abbey Haygorton, so obviously I was a bit near and went to Bellevue quite a few times on its last throws, you know, while it was getting a bit run down and grotty. Such a shame. Another one looks like another programme. More programmes. It's not always programmes. There might also be like little images and stuff, signed things, stuff like that. Oh, this is an interesting one. Yeah, this is. Obviously this was a season where I did get to a few more matches, even though it was the mid-80s, where I say I was doing my own business and things like this, but I just didn't fancy this. I just didn't fancy the trip down to London for this, to be honest with you. It's the full Members' Cup final. I just didn't fancy having to, you know, putting up with the Chelsea fans crap, because I knew we were going to be vastly outnumbered. I just couldn't be bothered. I'd had a couple of run-ins at the Tottenham game in '81 with Tottenham fans, etc. Because, you know, I can sort of not avoid trouble, but you know, once I've had a couple of beers, I like to stick up for myself. So I sometimes get myself into a little bit of trouble. I've grown up a little bit now, not much. So yeah, I sort of avoided this, and I did go to the Derby game the day before. And I just didn't go down to London because we played United the day before, didn't we? So I saw this and I didn't have it, so I thought, well, I've got most of the cup final programmes since 1969 one, and this is one I'm missing. There's another couple I was missing actually, and I'll talk about another day because I've ordered one actually and it's just cup final. I just didn't buy it because it was such a bad cup final, a fairly recent one. You probably know which one I'm talking about. An FA Cup final that didn't go very well, and I watched it at City Square and I couldn't be bothered. So bit like this. I thought, well, I saw it. It wasn't badly. This is a bit more than £1.50. I think this was £3 or £4, I think. But I'll pay a little bit extra if it's something I really want. So I'm going to have a good look through that. I don't need to put. I will put the score up. The score will be there, but I think you know how that one ended up, don't you? How that panned out. Have we got time for another quick one? Yeah, it's not stunt look as all. It's a big one, this one. So just one more. Let's have a quick scan at this one. Yeah, it is another programme. And again, I've got a few Coventry City programmes. I've got a few of them, and this is a Coventry City programme. 1973. So I think I thought my first away match was 1974. So I probably just missed out on this, but they're always good. The sky, you know, obviously the fake sky blues I call them. They're not real. But what I liked about this one, obviously, because of the manager. Look, the manager was, of course, Joe Mercer. So I did know that. I thought, oh, that'd be nice. See his column, right? Phew, that was a close one at Main Road last Wednesday. So they must have played us at Wednesday, and this is it a replay of some sort? Obviously, we're talking September the 11th, 1973. So it can't be the FA Cup, can it? No way. On the 5th of September, we beat them 1-0. And they're playing at home on the 11th, so it's just playing Coventry within the space of a few days, which is quite unusual, isn't it? It's usually a bit of a gap, but you know, between it. But I like this. I mean, some like buzzer there, like image of buzzer. Yeah, so I like it. Nice. It was always a nice thing. Highfield, was that Highfield Road? Yeah, some great images of Highfield Road there. Yeah, I like it. It's a nice. It was always an okay place to go. There wasn't much trouble at Coventry. You were always quite safe there. I didn't, you know. Obviously, like anywhere in the 70s, sometimes if you got in the wrong place at the wrong time, you got into trouble. But as long as you're sort of reasonable and with your fellow supporters at most places, I mean, obviously some grounds, even when you were mob-handed, it was hard work, but to say the least. But yeah, Coventry was always a nice place. Let's have a look at the Coventry team. Anyone I know in it? Yeah, just one player I know, number 11, Tommy Hutchinson. He's the only guy I know in the Coventry team there. City, Corrigan, Buck, Donachie, Doyle, Booth, Oaks, Somerby, Bell, Law, Lee, Marsh. I wonder how we did. Have against Joe Mercer's team. It'll be up on screen anyway. You'll know now. You'll know as I'm doing this. That's great. That's fantastic. Right, what's my favourite of the day? Favourite of the day. Let me think. Yeah, I think it's got to be that, because as I say, even though it was a disappointing result in the end, I mean, it was just something I thought I should get this because it's part of our history, and it sort of does get touched upon many times, doesn't it? This game. So that's my favourite little find of the day. Anyway, thanks for joining me. All my links are on screen. And please, if you're not really into Twitter, please, if you're not into Facebook, you can find me on Facebook at Bernard Deneen. If you type in Bernard Deneen, and I sort of follow everyone back on there, friend everyone back, isn't it? Friends on Facebook, isn't it? So you're saying follow with Twitter, and please on Twitter, I follow everyone back on there as well. I check every couple of days. And if you can get a chance to look at moviegamenostalgia.com, my website for old rare DVDs, movie posters and board games. If you get a chance to have a look on there, even if you just have a look round, you don't have to buy anything. It's good for my analytics and Google footfall and get me up the ladder for searches and stuff like that. So that'd be fantastic. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this latest Got the Found World of Manchester City, and hope you enjoyed that little memorabilia opening with me. I'll go and have a quick look at some of this stuff now, and I get a chance. I have to file it and log it and make notes and stuff now. I have to look at, like, I'll go through there and see any images and interviews and stuff just for my own personal records, for my own information. You know, it's a thankless task. I mean, it's not, when you've got thousands of things to scan through and look and check and write up on it, it's a lot of work. But hey, it's all good fun. It's a hobby, isn't it? It's lovely. I mean, it's your club. It's a love, isn't it? It's another love of your life. Anyway, thanks for watching. And we're going to do the rest of the day. Have a great one. Got yourselves, got your friends, got your family. So look after each other. And hopefully you'll join me again on a Citizen City past or a Citizen City present very, very soon. This is Bernard saying goodbye for now. Bye-bye.